Da-da-da. Gotcha. I believe we're supposed to be on the way to Celestic.
Yes. Which means that you guys, which means that unless you guys are going to take some sort of different path, you will be going through the mountains.
Yep. Good thing we have stupidly awesome, powerful bikes.
Yes. The mega bike.
The all-terrain, fuck you vehicle. Alright. I am set up. David will be set up in just a moment. Let's mon some Poké's.
Okay.
I have to clear this work stuff.
Blah, 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 blah.
What happened?
No,
Nope, nope, phone game, nope, nope. Is it on page 2? No, here it is. To amend the RPG.
Okay. That
Oh, so
looks
my
perfect.
sheet it exists.
interesting that Activision Blizzard has a Lunar New Year sale, but Sony, the company based in Asia, does not have a Lunar New Year sale.
Yeah, I was like, I was looking at it. I was like, oh, I was like, Steam has a Lunar New Year, so I was like,
Oh, fucking Steam's
let
got
me see
one?
about. Yep.
Well, maybe Sony will start there sometime over the weekend. Trying to get my copy of Legendary Edition, damn it. But I don't want to pay full price.
Legendary Edition or what?
Mass Effect.
Yeah.
So we have it on the 360,
Yeah, I got
but the
that.
360 doesn't work. So it's like I can get it on the PlayStation, but I don't want to pay $60 for a game we already own.
Yeah, I went ahead and bought it on Steam. I was like, okay. I got it a while ago. Now I just need to play it.
You know, there's
That's
no
the
point in me
problem.
buying it on Steam. My machines can't run it on Steam. Okay, got a PS5. It'll run it. Now I just need to get it to a price range that I'm willing to pay. Which is not their fault. That's only on me.
Let's see. Mass Effect. Let me see how much. Yeah, Mass Effect Legendary Edition store page. Is it even on sale? It is on sale on Steam. Legendary Edition is on sale on Steam for $30.
Yeah, see, I'd be willing to pay $30.
I don't remember how much I paid for it.
Especially since I still have
because
gift
it was
cards on there.
Yeah. So do I. I have gift cards right now, but nothing in my wish list. Well, almost everything in my wish list is on sale, but there's a handful of games that I'm like, I would like it to be cheaper. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like Guilty Gear went on sale. I kind of want to buy it. King of Fighters 15 hasn't come out yet. God of War is on here, but that didn't go on sale because it just released. Grand Blue Fantasy is not on sale. Back for Blood is on sale, 40% off. I prefer if it was 50%. Little Nightmares is on sale for 33% off. I've been juggling the idea of getting Code Vein.
Code
I keep
Vein.
hearing good things about it. Yeah. I keep hearing good things about it.
Yeah, I just know it exists.
Oh yeah, there's a handful of games on here I've been looking at getting, but all the games I really want are only around about 40% off. I'm not really willing to do that yet.
Yeah, I hate that. It's like it's on sale, but it's not on sale enough.
Yeah, like Guilty Gear is on sale. I really want Guilty Gear, but they're kind of doing that thing where they're only at like the game hasn't been finished yet.
Mm-hmm.
Basically what I call not finished yet, where they're still releasing season pass bullshit. And I pretty much refuse to buy a game. That's not, I'll say, I refuse to buy a game and then buy extra shit with it later.
I don't mind that to a point, but it really depends on what the extra shit is.
Fighting games have become notorious for that shit.
Yeah.
So whenever they're like season 1 pass and we're gonna release like 2 characters within our season pass, I'm like, fuck you. I'll wait 2 years and then I'll download it. Pretty much what I did, pretty much exactly what I did with Soul Calibur. I just waited for them to finally finish and they was like, yeah, I think we're done. I was like, sweet. I was like, how much are you trying to charge for it now that you've released everything? Yeah, $14. All right, sweet there. A Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Currently $15 basically.
Yeah, the DLC for that was basically worthless.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, extra ponchos. Yay. Alright. I think we're ready whenever you are at this point.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright, so for you guys traveling through the mountain range, I'll say traveling towards the mountain ranges of the Coronet Mountains. As you are making your way there, the snow the weather, you can see it off in the distance heading towards the mountain range. The snow seems pretty bad.
Can we check the Pokédex for like a weather, online for like a weather report or something to see if this is like something we can just wait to blow over or?
Okay. Checking. It is a winter weather advisory. It's not. It's not uncommon for there to be snowstorms around the mountains because generally this close to snow point and pretty much the more snowy areas of Sinnoh. It's not uncommon for some of the snow to come around this edge of the mountaintops because it's mountains, so it's usually relatively cold. This report says that it's unseasonably cold. Let's say it's unseasonably cold. It is kind of like almost blizzard level. must say almost blizzard level weather with hail. So it's pretty much snow and rocks.
So something we probably should avoid.
I'm gonna say you're not told that you can't, but they're saying be cautious.
What do you think, guys? We wait out nearby
I'll say,
Pokemon Center, or
I'll say the snow is. I'll say the snow is set. I'll say the snow apparently it's. I'll say what's made it a little strange is how unseasonable it is and how long it's been going on. Snow basically picked up about 4 days ago, and it has not slowed down in intensity.
okay, so it's something weird. In which case, I guess probably should check it out, since we've seen something kind of like this before.
Yeah, in that place with the garden, as I recall.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a. I guess it would be where are my shields? There they are. Can I make a survival roll to try to find like the eye of what would be the central point of the snowy climate?
Okay. Um, it's in the mountains. Definitely in the mountains.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Also, how
That's
many
about all
days? How
files can
many
really
days
get
have
you.
you been traveling to get here?
You're approaching like considering where it is, approaching most of it is through kind of dense forest. It doesn't really provide that much of a problem with your bikes now. But a lot of it's uphill and through, I'll say uphill through trees and kind of dense area, which kind of slows down your progress a bit because you got to weave in between trees. I'd say I'll say you're well into day two.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can't really pinpoint where the center of this storm is, though. If this is odd, you mentioned maybe a Pokemon Center. It's possible other people hold up there and might have a better idea of what's going on.
Yeah, that was my thought. Yeah.
Let's see. Might as well see if she can help. Let's see what her survival is. Not much better. She has a general idea as to which mountain range it seems to be at. She can tell you that the storm must say she can't exactly pinpoint where. She is able to tell that the storm does not seem to be moving.
Okay.
Whereas you can normally see you can see like the storm clouds like moving in a certain direction slowly or surely, it seems to just be stationary and swirling over top of this range.
Okay.
At the moment, Alexander.
Okay.
I can take a look at it a little later.
Okay.
Do you want to put that away? Put that back in the bag so that it doesn't dry out.
Dry.
Yeah, because if it doesn't stay in the bag, I'll say then it's gonna dry up, and then you're not gonna have it anymore. So there you go. Go ahead and close up your bag. Save the video for me. How long is it? How long is the video?
Not too long.
Okay. Save it for me. Open in the new tab, and I'll take a look at it a little later. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Because.
Cool. So what did you guys say you were going to try and do now?
There's usually a Pokemon Center like at the base of the mountain or near, partially up the mountain. So we figured go check that out, get some intel, go from there.
Oh, okay. Cool. Going to the Pokemon Center. The place is, I must say, heading towards Pokemon Center. The place seems to be pretty heavily packed right now. With a lot, with a lot of different trainers. Mostly younger people. You see them kind of hunkered down. The snow seems to be kind of heading in the direction of this place. So they don't look too thrilled dealing with the snow. Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Alright, well, I guess we'll ask around, find out, what they know about, any weird sightings, when did it actually start, what's it like up there?
Okay.
Any local legends that might be relevant?
That's a good one.
There we go.
Alright, so, you see a bunch of kids going through, said that they were heading up through the mountains. They were trying to make their way to Celestic as well. And while they were trying to make their way through through to it, the storm picked up. The storm picked up. Some of them who hadn't gotten far up into the mountain yet were kind of forced to turn around. They said that there was snow on the mountain, and then suddenly, like, this blizzard just kind of started, like, picking up while they were making their way through the mountain. It's a mixture of two people who were...
Oh, well.
Hold on for one moment. Let me see what my son wants, because he's hanging around my shoulder.
I mean, obviously he wants attention.
Probably, doubt he wants attention. Probably more than likely has a question that he wants answered. But he's one of those people who will just like hover over you and just like wait until you acknowledge him and just kind of stare at you.
Stare.
Okay. He was looking at my desktop, and because I have my laptop and desktop both pulled up for Roll20, he was like, "You're on your laptop, you're not on the desktop. So does that mean I can use the desktop?" I'm like, "No, I'm using them both." He kind of gave me that look of, "Well, that's greedy." Yes, it is. I paid for both of them. I can do whatever I want with them.
I do what I want.
If you have a computer in your bed. Alright. Let's see. So, a lot of them turned back. The more daring ones tried to brave the storm, but they haven't gotten any word of anyone coming out on the other side of the mountains. So it is presumed that they have effectively hunkered down inside of the mountain.
I saw Pokemon the first movie. I know how this is going to go.
I'll say they believe that some of them hunkered down inside the mountain. Um, there's also some sort of you do hear about legends. I'll say you do hear about legends of a large snow monster that roams through the mountains.
Pokemon Education Check to match description to a Pokemon's.
As far as large, fearsome Pokemon,
I know not a lot to go on.
I'll say as far as large, fearsome Pokemon, it could be a slew of things. I'll say it could be a slew of things. First mentality. First mentality, you're thinking something that could survive and thrive and easily scare most people. Shuffling around, crazy, like senseless if they saw it, based on its pure size. You're thinking Beartic. Like possibly a bear. I'll say possibly a Beartic. It's basic. I'll say it's basically a 8.5 foot tall giant ice polar bear
with a frozen
stands on 2 legs.
With a frozen loogie, as I recall.
Yeah, it's basically got a frozen beard. Giant polar bear with an ice beard. That would probably scare a whole lot of people. They say a lot of people haven't gotten like a clear view of it because the moment they hear something roaring and they can kind of see a silhouette through the snow, then they just kind of turn around and run the other way. It's bad enough getting into a battle. It's even worse getting into a battle with something that you can barely even make out or see, while trying to battle on an incline of a mountain.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like most of these trainers are relatively new. They have maybe about 1, possibly 2 badges, and like 1, possibly 2 badges. You mainly see, like I said, you mainly see like people who are around your age or younger. They said that most of the people who decided to continue on through the mountains were like professionals, hikers, people around your age or older, or maybe like some really daring trainers.
Okay. While I'm here, I'm going to actually take advantage of the Nurse Jenny.
The who?
No, not Nurse Jenny, Nurse Joy.
She got a PhD? When did that happen?
Well, there was the one that was like a detective.
That is true.
And while I'm submitting my Pokemon to be healed, I'll just kind of ask. So I kind of noticed this this rather harsh snowstorm. You know if there's been anyone caught in it?
Well, my guess is that the people who went into the mountains, the people who decided to continue on through the mountains are the people who are probably caught in it. None of them came out. None of them made their way out the other end.
Hmm.
They're professionals, so we're fairly certain that they're okay, but there's no doubt that they're stuck.
Okay. Okay, did this not come up on any forecasts?
Well, snow was predicted to arrive, but arrive and leave. It's been pretty steady, unfortunately.
Yes, that is unfortunate.
We're not exactly sure what's been going on, and it's been, the web has been a little difficult for people to go and investigate it. We kind of have to wait for. Unfortunately, we kind of have to wait for. We're trying to wait for for a group of rangers to get here to see if they can investigate the area. But there's a lot of there's been a lot of locality. A lot of local centralized weather and Pokemon-based issues going on a lot in the region. So they've been having their hands a little tied. They're getting to us when they can.
Do you have the contact information for these rangers?
Yeah, it's just generally the phone number that you call for, the Pokemon Rangers, and they tell you when they'll be. They'll schedule an appointment and try to get here as soon as they can.
Well, I wasn't sure if someone in your position had particular friends.
Speed dial?
Yes.
Well, ideally I could have them, show up whenever I wanted, but if they're busy helping other people, I can't make it. Personally, I'd never do anything that could draw them away from that. That would draw them away from what they're doing. If they say that they're busy, I'm going to take their word at it that they're busy right now.
Let us all nod. Nurse Joy, is there a map of the mountain range nearby?
There's a map of the mountains. There's a map of the mountains that you can see.
Okay.
You have updated your GPS.
It's just a basic map of large map of the mountains. She'll point to the wall. Similar to the trails that you'd see if you were going to a national park.
Gotcha. Thank you, Nurse Joy.
No problem.
Assuming that that she's already through with healing the Pokemon, I'm gonna go and look at the map and just What I'm trying to look for is like what trails people would use. Since some people have been turned back already.
There's a there's a handful of there's a handful of trails that are pretty easy to to follow as far as the people here go. There aren't that many there aren't that many. There are pathways that you can take through the mountains. So there are pathways you can take through the mountains that that range in difficulty, like easy, moderate, difficult, and then there's just unbeaten paths. You can pretty much go any way that you want, but there's pretty much the tourist trails. There's like the tourist trail that most people go through, and then there's the mid trail that tourists who want a challenge go through, and then there's the difficult trail that only the seasoned hikers and veterans go through because they're like, I'm climbing this for a challenge.
Right.
And then you just have the of course the beaten, I'm gonna say the beaten path type thing, like the path least taken. You can just wander. You can just take a risk and just wander through the mountains and see what happens to you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, there was mention of a legend, wasn't there?
Yes, the legend pretty much just mentioned the Tristan of a legend that mentioned the Tristan of some sort of mountain monster that was large and threatening and obscured by the snow in the mountains.
Okay. Thinking then, I'm looking at this map. Is there any indication on the map of what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if there is any indication of a undocumented village or town working under the idea that if there's a mysterious Pokemon around here doing stuff with the weather, that perhaps it feels like it's protecting something, which could of course just be its territory, or possibly say a small population group which it may feel indebted to. I'm realizing I'm working off of a couple assumptions here.
See. Oh, yeah. You said the what now? You said there was a Pokemon that was actually said there was a Pokemon that was
if there was a village or a civilization or something that might feel indebted to a certain Pokemon that's indigenous to the region.
Yeah, but unlisted. So I was wanting to look at the map to see if there was anywhere that looked there could be a village or something.
Yeah, there's no tribes or anything around here, so you're pretty good as far as stuff like that goes. So there's nothing technically in this area that you'd have to worry about as far as that went. So it's just Eterna back from where you came, Celestic where you're going. There's no mountains or anything. There's no mountain people or tribes or villages or anything. The closest thing that you might get is there's a couple of villages ish heading towards Snow Point, but outside of that, pretty menial, more or less.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, I'm just trying to think of. Because just wandering around in the snow if that aimlessly is kind of dangerous. Hmm.
And I'll say she'll tell you, she was like, you're welcome to stay here. She was like, you're welcome to stay here. We'll be glad to have you. It was like, you're welcome to stay here until the storm passes. Can't exactly tell you when it'll pass, but fairly certain it will. Um,
This
um,
thank you, and I do wonder this Pokemon that people may or may not have seen. Do you know if there's been sightings before, and if it comes down to the Pokemon Center?
um, well, never, I must say, it's never visited here. Make it pretty unmythological if it, they just wandered down here.
Well, only if it
Probably be
was
pictured, I must say.
only if it was seen.
Yeah, I must say, it was, at least from, I personally don't go into the mountains because I'm not built for that sort of thing. But, at least, I must say, at least from what I've been told, it used to, I must say, used to be pretty, I must say, used to be pretty, I must say it was pretty scarce. I must say it was pretty scarce. No one ever really saw it. Since this storm hit a few days ago, some of the people have said that they've seen it. That a lot of people said that they've seen it, and they've seen occasionally what looks to be other smaller beasts with it. So, not exactly sure.
Hmm. Okay. Do you know who mentioned seeing it?
I must say, most of the people who've been hiking through, who were trying to hike through there, they would see the large one, and they said that they heard it roar, and they felt themselves getting encompassed by several other several other smaller entities that were visible through the snow, but they couldn't make them out. So rather than fight and be outnumbered, they just ran.
Okay.
I guess if you want an answer as to what's actually up there, I guess if you want an answer to what's actually up there, you can ask the people. You can ask the trainers and the hikers who come out the other side, or if they're still trying to make their way out. If they're still trying to make their way out of the mountains, I said if they're still trying to make their way out of the mountains, then I guess they'll be out the other side pretty soon. But it's been a couple of days now, so I really hope nothing bad has happened to them. Ideally, if they're smart, They have hunkered down inside the caves in the mountains, and I must say, they've hunkered down inside the caves in the mountains, and they're just relaxing and trying to wait out the storm.
Hmm.
Of course, that's only if they're smart. And I'll say a lot of times these people can be really people have a tendency to be really really gung ho about their missions.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Well, I'm gonna find my companion. So, have you found anything?
Local legends might be a cranky polar bear, freak snowstorm, which we already knew about.
Oh.
And near as I can tell, only one way to find out what's going on, and that's take a hike.
Well, speaking of hike, according to Nurse Joy, uh, some of the hikers have actually seen this thing allegedly.
Yeah, I got some rough descriptions, which again led me to think it's must be a bear tick.
Okay. Did they give you an idea of where they saw it, so we can determine like at least the area that it roams?
Did I get that information?
The mountains.
Just
That's the best
vaguely
you
the
get.
mountains. Nothing
It's in the
specific,
mountains.
unfortunately.
Must say it's in the mountains. People have seen it in different areas, so that's kind of the problem that you're running into. Is like it's in no specific area. It's just like it's around the pathway through the mountains. It hasn't been in the same spot. But since this, that's why people say it just kind of wanders Mount Coronet and the Coronet Mountains from the base of the mountain range all the way up to I'll say all the way up to like the range towards Snow Point. Like at any point in these mountains, pretty much the higher towards the top where the snow would be at the peaks is where people say that some like legends say that they've seen it. But it's definitely been around this area ever since this snowstorm kind of settled in recently.
Okay. Let me see if I can do some that may help. I'd like to. I'll take out my Rodham phone, and I would like to access the because I assume this is public. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd like to access, like look through Pokemon Watcher and Pokemon Professor forums and stuff to see if there is a map of the mountains that it would include the various Pokemon's wild travel habits, and see if there are particular areas that the wild Pokemon, based upon what the Watchers and such have observed, seem to just be avoiding.
Um, as far as Pokemon in the area, um, as far as Pokemon in the mountains, there aren't that many. Um, in the, I'm gonna say, there have been a couple, I'll say, towards like the more like watery, icy areas of the mountains, where like water gathers. There have been a couple of, I'm gonna say, there have been a couple of seals or dugongs, or some people have noted that inside the mountains where like there's water deposits, there's been a couple of spheals, um, a cub chew here and there. They do recommend that no one get near the cub chews. because there's like if there's a cub chew, chances are its parent is around, and it does not like it when people. Well, I'll say Mama Bear does not like it when people are around baby bears.
Okay.
There is a chance of you having your stuff stolen by I'll say it doesn't happen often, but it's been said that there are sometimes sneasels around. And I'll say, as far as trainers looking for really, really amazing Pokemon, it's also been said that if you're really lucky, maybe, just maybe, you'll run. It's been said that a couple of people have said that they've seen a Lapras.
Okay. Well,
But a lot of people say that's wishful thinking because everybody must say a lot of trainers want a Lapras.
Yeah. Well, sorry, I thought that'd be a little more helpful. I guess you're right. It's just a matter of heading out. And
it's just
trying
kind of
to-
it's just kind of a list of like general Pokemon in the area.
Yeah.
Most people haven't mapped out most people haven't mapped out the area.
Okay.
I'll say because it's.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, most people don't exactly go through the trouble of like mapping the area. I'm say as far as mapping the area, the best they've done is kind of like, oh, hey, these are the trails. So it's like this is the safe trail, this is the less safe trail, this is the incredibly difficult trail. And besides those three trails, they kind of expect people to kind of stick to those, just kind of similar to like the routes that go around here from city to city. You don't have to take the routes, but it's it's kind of one of those. Why wouldn't you?
Okay.
It was like we've mapped this. It's like we've mapped this. Technically, you could just wander through the woods and see what happens. But
Okay. In that case, yeah, it looks like you're right there. We're just gonna have to go through and see if we come across it. Though, given the weather, do we have any freeze heals?
I've got berries for that.
Okay.
I just dig out the parka and away we go.
Let's see, make sure the Megabyte has traction.
It's the fucking Megabyte. Of course it has traction.
It'll pump up the tires.
okay. Joy will look at you and be like, she was like, "Are you going out in there?"
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, best of luck. Please do be careful, and if you are gonna go, please stick to the safe roads.
Thank you.
Sienna's gonna kind of look. He's like, "So, we're going out there in the cold?"
Oh, he and I are going out there. Up to you whether you're coming.
She's gonna like stand in between you and put her hand like over both of your shoulders. She was like, "You're lucky we're friends." She was like, "You're lucky we're friends, and besides, what would you?" It was like, "Besides, how would you survive this without me?"
I don't know. I was born and raised in the mountains. I don't know if I could figure out how to do that without you at all.
Exactly. You've been doing it wrong all this time. Thankfully, I'm here to help.
Hope you have your snow filter.
She was like, "The what now?"
For your camera.
Oh. Oh, please. Oh, no. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not saying this. This is not a trip for photos. This is She was like, "This is not a trip for photos. This is just," she was like, "This is purely." She was like, "This is purely just for me to be able to get some experience with going. I must say, going through nature with I must say, going through nature with my friends." Slash, it was like going through nature with my friends slash bodyguards. You guys are here to protect me.
Yep, that's what we do. And away!
Okay. Making your way out of the, I'm also making your way out of the Pokemon Center. Heading towards the mountain range. I'll say heading towards the mountain range. Even though you've gone roughly about 100 yards towards the base of the mountain, you can basically see what appears to be. I'll say you can basically see what appears to be, for lack of a better term, the edge of the storm. It is very similar to the last time you were that you encountered something similar to this. The snow. I must say there is snow. There was snow back by the Pokemon Center, and there's been more snow since you got there. As you get there, you do see something that actually looks like, for lack of a better term, a wall of just like wind and snow and hail that is kind of just like spinning around, almost like a very light tornado.
Just for just to specify, given the strong wind, I presume it was strong wind for the snowstorm.
Well, he just described a tornado in front of us, so yeah.
And conditions are like
I'm
that.
gonna say it is strong. It's strong wind, but not enough to knock you over. But it's enough to kind of hamper your movement.
Okay, because my thought was to have Alma in her Pokeball if we were talking about weather strong enough to say have her go sailing away.
Yeah, no. It's not enough to go sailing away, but it's enough to where you just kind of stand there and you can feel like the wind tug on you, but not enough to actually blow you over.
Yeah.
It's like if you ever stood outside while like a storm's going on, you can feel like pulling on you because it's pulling on your clothes, and it almost feels like it's trying to drag you by your clothes and less trying to pull you over.
True. I was just pointing it out because Alma's smaller than.
Yeah, Alma would not. I must say, Alma would not be a big fan of this cold, and would prefer to be inside of her Pokeball.
Okay, I'll have her in a Pokeball then.
Yeah, it's like fuck this cold.
So looking at this like tornado thing.
Scorbunny. I'm gonna say your Scorbunny will be. I'm gonna say seems to be pretty warm. I'm gonna say seems to be doing pretty okay. Does seem a little visibly uncomfortable with this cold. It does seem colder. I must say, despite what the temperature says it is, it feels cold, but it feels like it's biting. It feels like it's some sort of like biting cold. It's actually chilling. It's like chilling something inside of you deeper than just skin, more than just skin deep.
Yeah, stick Harold in the backpack, so it was like his head sticking up over his shoulder, and got the little hood of his little bunny cape up over his head, and press on.
Okay. He will. I'll say, if I remember correctly, Harold has heater.
No, he does not.
Oh, he doesn't? Huh.
A lot of fire types don't.
Oh, wow.
Weird. I guess only the ones with, like, tail with like heated tails do.
Yeah, it's like only the
Okay.
ones that actually have fire on them in some way have it.
Okay.
And since he's not on fire, he doesn't get it, which is again why he gets the little cape and then get put in the little backpack. And
So Charmander, Chimchar, and probably Torkoal.
and
Okay.
Ponyta, Rapidash, and Cyndaquil and that stuff.
So pretty much just anything with like flames erupting from it.
Yep.
Anything that makes it difficult to touch. Okay. Cool.
Magmar.
So yeah.
What's that stupid snail that has like lava that's hotter than the surface of the sun? And yet somehow you can have it as a Pokemon. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, everything that you own should basically burst into flames within like a fucking 100 yards of this thing.
Well, remember, the Pokemon's flames are only hot if it doesn't like you.
Even if it activates them during fucking battles, how the hell doesn't it just instantly win and just murder everything in the stadium?
Because shut up, that's why.
Okay. So and
Okay. Jay, let's extend some senses, because I can do that now. That'll help. Once a scene is a standard action. Then X meters, where X is intuition plus 1.
Okay.
My foot squares.
so what's the Pokemon education roll for?
Pokemon education. That was a while back.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was like,
I'm activating thought detection, to keep an eye out for Pokemons that I may not see because.
Okay. Ever since you stepped foot in this blizzard, you don't feel close to it, but you do feel like this presence, this aura of like there is some sort of Pokemon that it feels like you are within the presence of a Pokemon.
Heyo, heyo. Beartic, we've come to negotiate.
I'm gonna say, Lattice, you kind of recognize that if you were not standing as close as you are to Jay, you probably would not be able to hear him.
Okay.
The wind is whipping around that much to where pretty much even though you guys are within like 3 to 5 meters of each other, you pretty much have to yell to be able to hear one another.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get us all up into the nice little aura-based Gestalt to help with that.
Okay. Pretty much Masay, Jay, you are fairly certain. So long as people stay within that aura bubble of yours, they should be able to hear you.
Well, my range.
And Masay, you should.
My range for channel telepathy is 10 meters.
Okay.
Okay, this is my range of my thought detection.
So about double the size of this
There you go.
Okay. Cool. All right.
And so you should be able to at least think clearly at each other within that within the bigger radius.
Okay.
Right.
And if you enter the smaller radius, I just know you're there. You just show up on my radar.
Now you can hear each other within the first radius. As long as you yell.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you don't feel like yelling, you can just, brain.
Okay. Oh, this is an odd situation.
Yeah, no kidding.
For what it's worth, I cannot see the radii on my screen. They have to be made visible to everyone.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that myself. GM's gotta do that.
To make your...
If you double click on my token and go down to the radius, there should be a little 3-button thing next to the radius, 3-dot thing. You need to flip that so that the thing is visible to players.
Yeah. Otherwise, only the GM and the person who made it can see it.
Can you see it now?
No, but I mean, ultimately,
Where it says
it's
token
fine.
or?
I guess I can. I guess I can use the big old screen.
I clicked the 3 dots and it says player permissions, see and edit, correct?
Yeah, see and edit, and you hit those, and you want to set it to all.
I don't think there is an all.
It's something along
Yeah,
those
it just says... It just has 2 checkboxes, one for C, one for edit.
And they're both checked?
Yeah, save settings.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so it just took a minute.
Okay. Alright.
Here we go then.
I like how it says that you can't set that yourself. Okay. It's weird.
There's a lot of things that you would think you'd be able to set yourself that you can't.
Yeah.
It's like, it's my token. I think I should be able to decide whether other people can see what my token's doing. Nope, sorry.
Okay. You guys, I say can move as you see fit.
Maybe we can bike up and see if there's anything that catches our eye.
Let's see. Do I have a note on how fast the bikes can go?
I just have a note that...
Yeah, it just says all terrain. Yeah, so I'm assuming they move at roughly my speed or something for the moment.
I'm gonna say you can pretty much go up these. You can go up these walls without you can go up these walls without rolls. You can go up these walls without rolls. It will take half your movement though. So it basically allows you to go up these walls and go up the side of mountains without athletics or climbing rolls. So you don't have to make skill checks to do it, but it does take up movement.
Okay.
Because you're still doing the physical task of trying to bike up a hill.
That's effectively a dash.
Okay. Movement is that.
Okay.
Is that stairs over there?
Certainly looks like it.
Like crunching through the cold tall grass.
Perception checks.
Let's do assistance bonus. Here we go.
Okay. I'm gonna say you'll hear. Lattice and Jay. You will hear. You'll kind of feel the ground rumble. You'll feel the ground rumble. It doesn't feel like an earthquake. It feels like something just something just made enough noise to shake the ground. Sienna is gonna run behind. Malsa is gonna run behind you. She's like, "Oh my God! Did you hear that?"
Not sure what it is, but yeah, we heard it.
And Malsa, she's gonna be like, so we did our best, and no one can say that we didn't. I feel this is the time where the heroes turn tail and run.
When do heroes turn tail and run? What kind of heroes you been following?
When the kind that are still alive.
We can persevere through this. Totally.
I mean, I've been trying. I'm a pretty good recorder, but I like to believe I'm a pretty good recorder, and keeping track of stuff. But at the same time, not exactly trying to see what the inside of a bear tick looks like.
Well, stay back then.
I can't stay back. It's cold, and this is the only way I can keep up with you. I can't.
No,
go
I mean
back
stay back behind us, not.
Oh. Well, that was the plan anyway, bestie.
I'd say there in theory won't be a problem if you don't give it a problem.
I've heard some pretty bad rumors about mountain Pokemon.
Yeah, well, those rumors didn't have me around, when they got, dealt out, did they?
See, this is the type. So she's gonna point. She was like, "See, this is the type of guy. This is the type of guy who is never in trouble. He's always got a plan, and I'm not saying he's never scared in the face of danger."
He's certainly a good person to know. Lattice, you'll feel her kind of like gripping onto your shoulders. You can't tell whether she's trembling because of the cold or because she's afraid. Ah.
All right, you guys can feel free to take another movement. There are some stairs in front of you. They appear to be covered in ice, but because of your bike ignores ice, and you can just go right up it.
Just power of bikes.
Fire bullshit. Here we go. Dash. Neutral default terrain, only gets me up there.
I was thinking, Nurse Joy said that there might be people huddled in caves.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I'm hoping if they're nearby, I'll be able to sense them if they're within my radius.
The rocks doesn't jam that at all, does it?
I don't know. I'm still relatively new at this. I just got it last level up. Mechanically, it does not say rocks block it, but...
Ah, that's good. I heard some people were blocked by walls and thought that was weird.
They're gonna have to wait for the 5th edition to be have to worry about something like that. They're gonna have to wait for Pokemon 5e.
I think people are working on that actually.
There's a 5e conversion, and they're also working on the Pokemon, whatever the new version is that they decided to change the name. It's not just 2.0.
Pokemon Gamma.
They decided they were making so many changes it was an entirely new game.
Ah.
Okay. You do, as you, I'll say, make me another perception check. Okay. Lattice, you don't hear, you don't really catch anything. Jay and Sienna, Jay and Sienna, you will hear a very faint noise coming from this grassy area over here. But you can't see anything, but you swear that you can hear it coming from this direction. Sienna does help point you in the direction that exactly, like, I think it came from over there, because not only does she hear it, she also sees a little bit of rustling as well.
Well, keep an eye open.
She was like, I think I hear something over there.
Start making our way that
Do you
way.
sense any do you sense anything with your magic?
Not yet, but that just could mean they're just out of range.
Alright, feel free to take another movement.
Okay.
Well, we'll start heading in the direction of the noise.
Have you moved yet, or
I'm
is
I'm still counting it out.
Okay.
And I'm waiting as I'm trying to keep near him.
So I can move that way. Hello, 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 hello.
Alright, you get over here, you do pick up, your first aura is the one where you can actually pick up,
Yeah, first aura is where I just
I'll say
automatically detect them. Second aura is the larger aura is where I can we can communicate.
okay. Let's see, you're yelling to try to get its attention, correct?
Yeah, I'm yelling to try and
Let's see, what would yelling be? I'm trying to think of what yelling would be listed under. Be more like focus or command, or I guess, what would you say? To focus your voice and yell, or command your voice to yell?
I'm sure I never had to roll yelling before. Usually I can just yell.
Athletics for breath control.
Yeah, it's like athletics for breath control / stamina.
I'll let you choose between athletics, command, and focus. To try to yell through the storm.
All right. I'm gonna guess athletics. Yeah, command. Okay, command's good. I order you to hear me.
Okay. Okay. You'll hear something that sounds like a bit of a kind of yipping noise, as if it's trying to pick up where you are. You'll must say barely outside of your reach. You'll see something white coming through the snow. You'll see some white coming through the snow. It's very difficult to see. But at the end, you do end up seeing, must say, you do end up seeing something trudging through the snow towards you, just kind of bouncing through the snow. Um, as this will come into the range of not only your vision, but your, I must say, but your tunnel, I must say, but your aura as well.
Aw.
Oh, that is cute as fuck.
Hello.
It is actively wearing the hat as well. It will cock its head toward. It will cock its head at you.
Hello, little one. I don't suppose you noticed anything weird going on here that would result in extra snow, or maybe know where some people that came up here and got lost are hiding out?
Um, it'll look at you. The rest of you guys will hear "Vo!" For I'll say for Jay. Um, it's It'll say there. I'll say there are people. I'll say there are people trapped. I'll say there are people trapped inside. I'll say there are people trapped inside. I I've been lost. I've been lost here for. I've been lost here for. I was. I've been. It'll kind of pause for a moment and then say, "Lost out here." You can kind of sense that it seems really sad when it says that. You also detect a bit of falsehood to what it just said.
I don't think you can actually lie with a channeling.
Okay.
Let's
It's
see. Pokemon. While channeling Pokemon, it communicates intentions, emotions, and motivations. Neither party may be deceitful in this exchange.
You said it may not be deceitful.
Yeah, neither one of us are allowed to be deceitful while I'm channeling it.
Okay. Um. Okay. Well, so it's kind of like a forced truth telling. Okay. Um. Cool. All right. It is. It is effective. I'll say it is sad, and I'll say it is sad because it was effectively. Um. It's basically saying that it found itself here. It doesn't know how it got here, but I must say it doesn't know how it got here. But all it remembers is that it had been abandoned, and then it found. I must say, and then something. I must say there was some sort of. I must say something ended up happening, and it basically got. Um, for lack of a better term, teleported away from wherever it was abandoned, and it wound up in the mountains.
Oh, not this shit again.
It says that it says that it's been pretty much living here in the mountains for like the past roughly 2 weeks. Um, based on what you're thinking, he was must say this Pokemon was one of the Pokemon that had been shifted away
Mm-hmm.
from wherever it was here back when that whole thing happened, and it's just been living in the mountains this whole time. Thankfully, it actually got sent to a place where it could actually survive anyway.
Hmm.
But it does seem a bit sad about
All right.
whoever his trainer was did abandon it.
Well, let's unless you want to stick around here, let's see if we can get you back to people.
Masao will be like, "What people? I don't have anywhere to go."
Well, you can stick with us for the moment. We're
It's
looking for
just
people that got lost up here. If you know where those people that got lost up here might be and help us find them, that would be great.
it's going to is going to point towards the K is going to point towards where that F is, and it's going to say, well, it was like I saw them. It was like I saw them go into that cave. It was like I saw them go into that opening, and then some really mean people went in behind them, and they were, am I saying they were treating them? Am I saying they were treating them very cruelly?
Well, I guess we can start with that.
Um, you do not need a perception roll for this, because you will hear. I'm about to say all of you will clearly hear another roaring noise. This roaring noise is enough to actually send snow rumbling down the side of the mountain.
Fun.
Um, need a acrobatics. I'm gonna say acrobatics check as the snow kind of comes down the mountain to kind of try to avoid getting hit by this landslide.
Ah, dodge.
I'm gonna spend an AP to make that an even 10.
Okay, cool. Um, let's see. Jay, you managed to shuffle out of the way just enough. Lattice and Sienna are both find themselves this landslide. They try to move out of the way. They find themselves buried roughly up to their hips in snow.
Brr.
She's like, "Oh God, it's in my boots.
Uh,
This is so uncomfortable."
hold on. Let me
Um,
check this right quick. I'll
um,
I will pop out Torkoal.
okay.
Because Torkoal has heater.
You'll pop out Torkoal, and Torkoal will land on top of the snow, and we'll just kind of sit there comedically, and then we'll slowly just start sinking into the snow until you can't see him. It'll just be some steam rising out of out of an oval-shaped hole in the snow, because the snow's roughly about 4 feet high,
Okay.
and Torkoal just lands on top of the snow. It's like, oh, it just sinks down into the snow. So it's just kind of sitting there in the snow. It just and similar to like a dog that just went out inside into a blizzard and it just hopped out into the snow and just sunk into it in one of those videos. It's kind of what Torkoal just did.
Okay.
So you just kind of there's just a hole in the snow with a bunch of steam coming out of it.
Suppose that works.
Well, I
Are
was
you
hoping
like
it
asking
would.
Torkoal to do anything, or is he?
Well, I just want to talk about here for the heater effect to melt the snow and keep our female companion warm.
Okay. If you give him a couple of minutes. If you don't ask him to do any sort of attack, it's going to take him a little bit of time to, it's going to take him a few seconds to, ambiently melt through like 4 feet of snow that you guys are buried in.
Okay.
Well, so again, unless you ask him to actually do like some sort of fire type move or something, then it's gonna, snow's gonna take a moment to melt. But the Vulpix is going to point up the mountain. It's going to say, "There, it's the king." Looking in the direction that Vulpix is kind of chirping in, you will see a large. I must say, you will see this large spiky. I must say, this large spiky silhouette in the snow that is rumbling the mountain as it is making its way down.
Hmm. Anyone else see that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You will also begin to hear what sounds like smaller footsteps coming around you. Kind of seems to be you'll see like little, I'll say, like smaller. You'll see like smaller silhouettes in the snow making their way towards you. Roughly about 6 of them.
Okay. Can you talk to them at all?
Talking to me or talking to Jay or
Jay.
When he gets close enough.
As this figure starts making its way down the mountain, Jay, well, I say all of you can kind of see this large lumbering thing coming through the snow. You will see you will kind of see like a flash of red. I'm gonna say two flashes of red that two red glowing dots that you presume roughly around where its head is, that those are its eyes.
Alright, well. Not much we can do just standing here.
It is pretty much on its way. If you wait a few more seconds, it will be here.
Alright, then we'll start just making our way over towards that cave that the Vulpix indicated. Again, it's more than welcome to come along if it, unless it likes hanging out up here.
Okay. So you guys are gonna try and make a break for the cave?
Not so much making a break, just heading in that direction while this thing's making its way over.
Let's see.
Okay, it's coming down the hill where you are heading towards that entryway.
You won't move that far because you mentioned going up those areas, take half move.
The Vulpix will try to run with you. Can't keep up, but it is trying. I'll say, as you guys are making your way there, Jay will come into the presence. Masay will begin to feel the presence of at least two things.
Oh, that's a snow run?
Yes. You feel two of them enter your aura. Two of them coming out of the blizzard, heading towards you. They seem to be, they seem to be just kind of walking toward you. They get a certain distance from you, and then they seem to stop. Until this thing finally comes into, view.
Oh, Obama snow, I believe.
Yes. Larger than the Obama snows that you're aware of.
Tristan's guessing mega, but character will roll.
Character knows what player knows now, and yes, this is a mega.
Fun.
He enters your aura. Enters your aura and is staring at you and your crew.
What's up?
Leave my mountain.
Totally intend to. Just trying to pass through. Looking for people that got lost up here so we can get them off your mountain.
They are mine now.
This shit again? What is it with Pokemon thinking people are theirs just because they happen to walk through an area of space? This is becoming a recurring problem.
It was like this mountain. I'll say, this mountain is my home, and I have been. You'll kind of feel that it's like momentarily was struggling against something. I've been informed that all who pass through should belong to the king.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the hell informed you of that.
As the king, I make the decrees. And I decree that everything on this mountain belongs to me. There is this dark energy that kind of crackles over its body.
Oh, look, another one that's possessed.
I'm kind of back there, so I don't know what I see.
The snow runts kind of look. They don't look possessed. They just kind of look like You kind of get the impression it's like, yeah, we follow orders because we're not trying to get beat up.
Okay, so looks like we got another king to dethrone.
I didn't think
I'm gonna say
Pokemon
they're
were monarch feudal.
Normally they're not, but well, aside from all the insect ones.
Well, that makes sense.
besides the ones who are like big dog on campus, and
Yeah.
they pretty much tell the smaller ones what to do, which is kind of the case here. You've got like a mega Obama Snow, and you got a pack of snow runts. So yeah, they're like, yeah, we're gonna pay attention because this will probably not go well for us if we disobey.
So we gotta slap the Mega Abomasnow around until it comes back to its senses, like all the other ones we've had to slap around until they came back to their senses.
Well, they shouldn't be that bad then.
I mean, it's a Mega, that's gonna make things trickier.
Is that like a mythological thing? I'm not familiar with that one.
You have evolved, and then you have really, really powerfully, like, temporarily buffed evolved.
Okay, yeah, I've heard some stories about that.
And I'll say she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I'm so amazed and frightened at the same time." It was like she's gonna be like, "Correct me if I'm wrong, but that can eat us, can't it?
That can what us?
It can eat us, right?
I suppose technically it's possible, though
Oh my god, it's gonna eat us."
last I checked, Pokemon don't eat people.
Then why does it have teeth?
Look, I didn't say it was or was not carnivorous. I just said last I was aware, Pokemon do not eat people.
Oh my god, probably because the people who find the carnivorous Pokemon never make it back.
And you see, it's people like you that give Pokemon a terrible reputation.
No, I love Pokemon. I just like the cute ones, like that one. She'll point to the Vulpix. She was like he was like the big, scary, ugly ones. I'm not that big of a fan of. Why did it have to evolve? Why couldn't it stay cute and cuddly and sit in my lap? I'll happily take one of those little miniature Christmas trees. It will look towards you and say, take your friends and leave, or become part of my collection.
Huh.
It will say the goddess. It was like the goddess of snow has declared me king.
Okay, and who's the goddess of snow? I hear that, right?
Yeah, it's like you all should be linked.
It was like the goddess of snow who resides above has declared me king.
Right.
She has given me the power to rule.
Couldn't have done that anyway?
I did not know that I was fit to rule until I was informed.
Huh.
Now that I know that I can rule, I will rule.
I take it that this storm is showing the borders of your kingdom.
He was like, my kingdom is it looks kind of confused.
Yeah, you didn't really think this through, did you?
I will rule all of the mountains. Starting here.
Yeah, I totally did
I
not think
have
this
been
through. Totally did not think this through.
it seems to be, I'll say it does not seem to be thinking, at least from what it seems to be, it does not seem to be, it seems as if it's kind of thinking thoughts, and then when it kind of reaches a certain point, then it seems to be kind of getting more thoughts from outside of itself to think. It's like, wait, you're right, this isn't making sense. And then it's kind of like, these are your thoughts to go along with that. Ah, yes, this is what I should be thinking. I am king.
Okay. Huh. Can you see what's... I don't know, what's controlling this thing?
If it's not within my radius, then no.
I mean, like, can you get into its head?
In theory, in its head. That's how we're talking.
You don't see any other doors or something you can go through?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know, GM.
You said any other doors?
Do I see like anybody else's access point or whatever, or however they're?
Masa, you have this door. Masa, you have this entryway right here.
To its brain, not the cave.
Oh no.
So yeah,
just
no way of knowing who's fucking with it.
It seems to have its own link attached to it currently. I'll say whatever is dealing with it is currently just dealing with it.
Okay.
So yeah, we just gotta slap him around as per the usual, I guess.
I'll say you have two options. You either make a break inside. You either try to make a break inside the tunnel. I'll say inside the doorway, because based on his size, you are fairly certain he cannot fit.
Well, no reason to run away at the moment.
So you can do that, or you can do like you just said and slap him around a bit.
Okay.
So I say plan seems to be slap.
At least attempt to slap. We have type advantage on him and everything, so.
Yeah, I was about to say you do have a serious. I didn't even think about that. You guys technically do have like a serious type advantage.
And so you may be mega, but I'm
You
more
may be
mega.
mega, but a good fire type will beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But they do have the numbers advantage. Unless something goes seriously wrong, then I don't think that you can knock him down in one hit.
Challenge accepted.
All right. In which case, I'll say next session, you guys will engage in your first combat with Omega.
Okay, that should be interesting.
I'm say assuming this isn't like incredibly underwhelming and it doesn't just get like one shot it.
Well, this is the PTU combat system.
The only way it becomes interesting is if everyone misses.
Yeah.
Which makes for good humor, but at the same time, I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? All right. Well then, thank you all.
You're welcome.
And all right, and we have been set up so that next session. When I say next session, you may or may not have extra help, depending on if Greg is available to show up.
Yep.
All right, cool. In which case, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
Sounds good.
For the Star Wars.
Yeah. And criminal shit.
We get to go deal with pirates and outlaws and Keaton's backstory for some reason.
Well, somebody had to.
Yeah. It's like, she's an NPC. NPCs don't get backstories. What do you...
Somebody has to deal with her. Technically, probably should be us.
Yep.
Alright, then. Cool. I will talk to you guys a little later.
Okay, sounds good.
No, man.
Good night.